Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for August 14th, 2019, 3 p.m. In our continuing journey, each and every one of us, we at times sometimes question our understandings. It is difficult at times for those of us who are conscious enough to separate ourselves from this menagerie. And it is a menagerie. The anti-civilization, against life civilization, is what this matrix is contrived of. And everything in it, every single thing in it, is supervised from way beyond, way outside. So if you begin to understand that your God within you, is supposed to be completely free and not controlled, directed, manipulated. Now, when we look at this existence that we're in, from our God's being in these bodies, we do have, within ourselves, we have a choice. We have choices. We have a lot of different avenues that we can follow, pursue, from the standpoint of, do we move out of this? Do you move out of this menagerie? This illusion of the greed, the power, the control, the manipulation, the disrespect for all life? I don't think there really is any other choice but to say, no, they're not interested in this. Now, you don't do it with anger. You just do it with pretty much a matter of fact. You say, well, I just don't care to participate in this any longer. Obviously, a lot of people don't seem to realize that it is up to us, literally up to us, to gradually move out of this menagerie and to create that which we desire. Now, it is difficult for many because of the incessant chatter and noise that is brought in by the mind and the ego. Because in most people, the mind and the ego are unchecked. They're not even paid attention to. Do you imagine that? That the mind is completely out of control, as well as the ego. And it's just rampant. It has really, as I've mentioned, no direction, no structure. It's just flying around and throwing every kind of thought, everything under the sun at us. And most people do not understand that they are gods. And they are the power of change. And in this construct, it is designed to do everything possible to keep us from embracing that knowledge. And this is why we have so much confusion on this planet. Nonsensical. We've got nonsensical governments. We've got nonsensical activities. And understand, when the gods are preoccupied, when when you believe that you are powerless, that you have no authority, that you have no influence, that you're just a speck, then you will be. It is really simple. You will be. But as you begin to embrace yourself, and I mean fully embrace yourself, not partly, not intermittently, but fully. And you start going within, and you keep going deeper and deeper and deeper within you. This is all connected for each and every one of us. As we go in, and we go in deeper and deeper, we begin to realize how true it is that we are gods, and that we are peace, and that we are prosperity, and that we are love, and we are joy. We're all of these. And we start to come together with ourselves, which has never really happened, very rarely out of the millions of years of civilization on this planet. So, and each one of us looks at it from different perspectives, but we still are distracted. We're distracted by things that we create. Think about that. There's nothing that distracts us more than the things that we create, but at the same time, not comprehending that we created them, that something outside of us created them. And that keeps the majority of the population in turmoil, disruption. How many people know themselves and love themselves? Literally. Okay? How many? Because if we did have that, if that was accomplished, this planet, none of the things that are happening would be happening. It's like the mind, out of control. Okay? There always has to be within ourselves an understanding. Do no harm to any life at all. Love yourself, be at peace with yourself, to want for not. Because when you literally understand this connection to Source that you are, you move. The whole purpose is to move back into the flow of Source. You see, this civilization fell out of it because of deception and manipulation and distraction. And never knew that it did fall out of it. Imagine that. Not even knowing that at one time we were in balance flow with Source. But we don't even remember that we were. So therefore we don't believe that we did. So that's why always being in the now is so important, so impactful, so powerful for each and every one of us. As so today, in this meditation, we're going to go a little bit further out, and we're going to be part of an experience, part of the sacredness of space. This will give you a connection to further expand your awareness of who and what you are. The sacredness of space. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, which I'm sure most of you are. And what is the first thing that we do? We move into relaxation of the body, calm the body. And one of the major steps to doing this is to move into the now. And the now is all we have. We don't have yesterday. It's gone. It's not ever coming back. We don't have the future tomorrow because it's not here in the now yet. See? So we spend so much energy and time living in the past or trying to navigate a future that's only been created by living in the past. The redundancy is enormous. So we stay in the now. And as we practice staying in the now, we will begin to do more and more. We will pull ourselves back into the now. We go into the future. We will drop the past. As we understand that we are in the past, we must be in the now. This is where I talk about the river of void, the unknown. Okay? Change. We're constantly changing, moving forward. And here's what happens. When change comes in, whether, it's like things are going to change. And it's how you view it as a wonderful thing or something that you feel uncomfortable with, something that you don't want to do, something that you keep trying to suppress, something that you say, I really don't want to do that. That doesn't feel right, doesn't feel comfortable. Okay? Change is the decision of each and every one of us. And since we are changing every second of every single moment, our bodies are changing every second of every single moment. And isn't it funny that so many of us become sedentary and we wrap ourselves into a comfort of discomfort. And we convince ourselves to be in comfort with discomfort. And when change comes along, instead of being welcomed and embraced, you begin a fight, a conflict with change. But you don't want change. Away change. So, the now. And when you do this, you go in the now, your body relaxes because you're moving into stillness and you're not all this incessant noise and chatter in the future and the past. It's not there because you're in the now. The shoulders drop and your body, it releases its anxiety, its stress. It releases its tension. And you're also going to want to breathe. You want to breathe through the nose and out the mouth. Breath in through the nose, breath out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And as you inhale through the nose, you want to inhale and hold at 1001, 1002, 1003. You exhale through the mouth. You want to do this at least 6 times while I'm talking. But for those of you who are new, the reason that we hold our breath for 3 seconds is it moves us into more deep focus on the now. because the breath can only be in the now. There's no way it can be in the future or the past. Only, as it happens, it is always the now. This gives you much more deep focus of staying, being the now. So, as you breathe in, you take in information all the time. Okay? Breathing in nurtures us, revitalizes, energizes. We only take in 16 to 18% oxygen because we shallow breathe, and we take our breathing for granted, and we don't pay any attention to it. That's why we shallow breathe. So, as you're breathing in, you communicate. Our gods are communicating with Source continually. You're separated from Source because you aren't aware that you're part of Source. And most don't even know what that means. So as you take in, as you breathe in, the collective consciousness of the universe, Source, the God within you, feminine and the masculine, Mother, Father, God, or family, Prime Source, Spirit, God, all of Source. And it communicates to us right through, and when we are focused in the now, and we have literally stopped from going in the future and stopped from going back in the past, we can hear much more clearly. And we begin to understand that we are the sacredness of space, and we can be the sacredness of space. Being out in the sacredness of space. Visualize yourself as part of that sacredness of space. So you are no longer engaged with this menagerie, this illusion, this matrix. You are exploring Source creation, which you're part of. You're traveling from particle to particle, makes up the sacredness of space. You can become micro, miniature, in quantum realms. So small that the most powerful microscope could not view you. Yet, you could still hold universes within you. You see? And when you grasp and understand of all that you are, this expansion is what you are. It's what you do. It's not to be on this little planet, existing in this shrunken world of nothing but craziness, futility, amounts to zero. We expand ourselves into the creation of all there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever. We are the sacredness of space. We're made up of Source. All that there is, all that there flows, and ever will flow, we are part of. Doesn't it make sense that you can travel wherever you choose? See, we've been convinced that you cannot leave the body, that you can't do this, that you can't do that. Fear instilled control. Now, as you breathe out, of course, as you breathe out, you're breathing out all of the doubt, all of the lack of confidence, all of the pessimism, cynicism that the mind tries to impress on you. This is crazy, it's ridiculous, blah, 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 blah. That's exactly what it begins to sound like once you're focused and centered in the now. Blah, 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 blah. And you can go anywhere, do anything, command anything, as long as you honor all life and do no harm. See? As simple as that. But if you do not follow that rule, that law, you will forever be bound into the lower depths of the low frequencies. In a cave with no daylight. So if you're part of everything, and you flow, and you're created by Source, which flows through you, with you, around you, then you can be anywhere you choose to be. And you can create anything you choose to create. But as you expel the doubt, the fear, the pessimism, cynicism, skepticism, they vaporize. It's the same old, rotten deception that has kept us on this planet incessantly over and over and over again. We fold into the heart-mind. And you are the sacredness of space. Right? Because the body holds the sacredness of space. Body is a vessel that we take care of because it holds our sacredness, our God, our kingdom of God, the God mind. We're all of this and from this. And we float up the heart mind into the neck area effortlessly. We're in the now, firmly planted in the now. And we're met by our God deep within this body. And we consciously merge. The exuberation, the excitement, the happiness, the joy, the bliss that we experience every time we have this union, which motivates us to be in this union always. Always. You could say all the Taos or all the ways. We're encased in a perfect sphere of that of which we are. The emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. Violet, blue, purple, flaming light of Archangel Michael. The white fire, purple transmuting flame, violet ray. These are energies that we are part of. We wield them. whenever we choose. Golden, white, pink light, prime source, creator, God, mother, father, God, source, which is our family. We're all one anyway. We're completely protected 24/7. Any low frequencies cannot even approach us, because before they can even get close, they're vaporized. See, we intend heaven on earth because we are heaven on earth. When we're conscious about this, then this becomes a heaven, a paradise. When we are not conscious about this, it stays in low frequency. It is an art form that is basically a block of clay that we haven't even begun to sculpt. We haven't even begun to form it. It is our focus. We are heaven on earth. Doesn't it make sense that this should be heaven on this planet? Arm in arm, hand in hand, we form our circle of light, a halo. And it literally embraces at the equator of this planet, center of the planet, 360 degrees. It also encases the planet in a pure, deep, eternal love of a frequency so high that it transforms the atmosphere, everything, inside and out. You can see it in the atmosphere, this glittering, the sparkling, the waves of deep eternal love energy that's just literally saturating everything. And we visualize and we see that, and it is perpetual. And as we begin to float up above the planet effortlessly, we call immediately on our other brothers and sisters, the other parts of us, the other parts of Source. And these are all the light energy beings who are of deep eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love, who are in generosity, peace, kindness, benevolence, tranquility, humbleness. And they're in all densities, all dimensions, all existences, all universes, all of all that there is, ever will be, ever has been, ever, and beyond the ribbon of creation, because we are continuously creating in the sacredness of space, that of which we are. And they come in the gugaplexes. One gugaplex will fill this universe. In plural gugaplexes, several universes. And they come arm in arm, hand in hand. And the deepest of gratitudes, and we of the deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love. And our God energy expands into the sacredness of space. We call upon all the archangels, seraphim, cherubim, archetypes, all of the angels, all of the civilization who have been assisting us for eons. And peace and protection, tranquility, love, joy, generosity. They are of the highest, deepest eternal love from the highest, deepest eternal love. They are in generosity, peace, kindness, happiness, humbleness. And they come in the trillions. They flock in, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes as we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love. And our God energy, this bright, brilliant, bursting energy, expands. We call upon the Ascended Masters. These are those who have inhabited body, who have ascended out of body, who have escaped matrix, and who have come in risking being trapped again to assist us in a higher and higher frequency. Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Ananda Jesus, Saint Germain, Moria, Abundantia, just to name a few. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in generosity, peace, kindness, tranquility, benevolence, and humbleness. And they come, and they join us. Massive numbers, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. We are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love. Feel that. Then you'll begin to understand the sacredness of space. Our attention is with ourselves and our gods so that we may be free and expand our awareness into the sacredness of space as it is part of who and what we are. We call upon all of the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha beneath earth, all of these civilizations who are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love, who are in generosity, in peace, in joy, in bliss, in kindness, in humbleness. They come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, and they join us in our circle of light, our halo of God energy, of God light, expands massively. And we are all one, and we are all love. We call upon all of the galactics and off-worlders who have assisted us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, and our ascension, and freeing ourselves from our self-imposed bondage and slavery. They are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in generosity, in kindness, in peace, in joy and bliss, in humbleness, in tranquility. And they come in the billions, arm in arm, hand in hand, they join us. And we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes And they are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one, and we are all love. And our God light energy expands. We call upon all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we have inhabited. They are the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in joy, in peace, in love, in harmony, in high vibrational frequency, in caring, in kindness, in humbleness, in generosity, in benevolence. And they come in the billions. They join us arm in arm, hand in hand. These are those who are not in body. We have unlimited God beings with us in this meditation. We are not over 12 million. We are beyond comprehension. Feel that power of awareness. Take it in. Allow it to saturate your consciousness. Embrace it fully. We are massively powerful. They are all with us, arm in arm, hand in hand. They are all in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes as we are in the deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we are all one. And we are all love. And the God-light energy that makes us all up expands, which means constantly others are joining us every single microcosm moment. In the quantum, hyper-quantum, super-hyper-quantum fields of existence. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and in this planet, in this now. They are of the highest, deepest, eternal love from the highest, deepest, eternal love. They are in kindness, benevolence, peace, joy, tranquility, generosity, humbleness. And just to name a few, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the dwarves, the gnomes, the trees, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, the dolphins, the mermaids, the whale, the Pegasus, the unicorn, the minotaurs, all of them. In the trillions they come. And join us arm in arm, hand in hand. Every shape, size, form, color, combination, many of which we have never laid eyes upon. And they join us in the trillions. And they are of the highest, deepest eternal love. And they are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes, as we are of the highest, deepest, deepest, deepest of gratitudes. And we're all joined, all of us, arm in arm, hand in hand. And we're all one. Feel that power. Feel that unending, eternal expansion of deep, eternal love, joy, bliss. And watch and experience as our God energy light continues to saturate all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, in deep harmony from the highest high of frequencies. We look up, we see a meditative sphere that we've created. It's that center circle. It is massive. It vibrates with the spectrum of light in the Gugaplexes. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion. It can be seen, heard, and felt through all densities, dimensions, universes, existences, beyond the ribbon of creation. In other words, it can be seen, heard, and felt before creation. It influences all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, in the highest, deepest, eternal love, joy, peace, bliss, kindness, generosity, and benevolence. Feel it flood you as you know that you are part of the sacredness of space, that you can travel anywhere you choose, that you can create anything you choose, because you're all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, because you are part of the source of creation, because you are creation. You are creators. You always have been, and you always will be, eternally. Feel it saturate you, your bodies, your gods, head to toe, inside and out. Wash you, cleanse you, purify you in the highest of highest highs, and the grandest, greatest of joys and bliss and peace and harmony. Move yourself into that flow of total consistency of source. All that you ever could possibly desire is there. And it will come to you, and it will continuously come to you without fail, as long as you maintain your frequency of vibration into the higher and higher frequencies of deep eternal love, peace, joy, kindness, generosity, prosperity, and the deepest of all gratitudes. We look upon the planet, we see all of our brothers and sisters, all of them, all of life, all of the light. This is a frequency generating a light emission. It is a God energy. We flood them with this knowingness because it's within them. So we continually flood and saturate them so that they too, like they too become aware and conscious of who and what they are. Predisposed beliefs melt away. That this matrix has bondaged civilization with lie after illusion after illusion. It melts away. It cannot sustain itself. At this very moment, it is disintegrating on this planet and in it. As we continue to move our frequencies higher and higher, and all of them move in higher and higher frequency, then all of these low frequencies shall no longer exist. It's that simple. It is up to each and every one of us to embrace what we are and who we are, and to love the gods that we are, and to create the paradise that's ours already. I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close this up. great expanse is that you are always at the command. You, each and every one of us, have the authority over ourselves in every way, shape, and form. It's the incessant outside chatter and noise that continually tries to convince us otherwise. We are powerless, that we don't have a leg to stand on, that most things are impossible, that you cannot create, that you cannot make things be. Okay? And it's constant. This is why we talk about going into ourselves always. Take it with you for the rest of the day. Understand that you are part of the sacredness of space. You can travel anywhere. You can do anything. You stay in high frequencies. You honor all life. You value all life. And you do no harm. Watch what happens. Take it into the evening and night, the following morning. We have a TFCC tonight. We'll be making a couple of announcements. And we're going to go into deep understanding of ourselves. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line. And we will be back here Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern, August 15th, 2019.